tried to knit but weren't sure how to get started? If so, I invite you to follow this virtual Learn to Knit series brought to you by the Essex County Library. Hi there, my name is Kathy and I work at the Lakeshore branch. Today I'd like to introduce you to casting on. Step 1. Let's talk materials. You will need yarn. I love a good yarn. See what I did there? A little library humor. Today I will be using Bernat Blanket Stripes yarn. I recommend using bulky yarn for your first project. You will find the weight of your yarn on the label. I am using Super Bulky 6. It's a self-striping yarn, which means it changes colors without you having to change yarns. It will be perfect for our first project. You will also need needles. I am using 8mm or US size 11. As with your yarn, bigger is better. The bigger the needle, the faster your project will go. For your first project, I would recommend bigger on both fronts, yarn and needles. You'll be able to handle your yarn better and see quicker results. Step 2. Estimate. This is gauging how much yarn you will need for your cast on. Here is a good tip. Yarn length should equal the width of your project times 3. For example, if your project, let's say we're making a scarf, is going to be 5 inches wide, you are going to multiply that number by 3, which equals 15. So you are going to need approximately 15 inches of yarn to cast on your project. Step 3. Now we're almost ready to begin. We need to find our tail, or the end of the yarn. And that is not always easy. Let's see. Oh, there it is. The tail, or the end. Now remember, your yarn length should equal the width of your project times 3. So 5 inches. And we're going to times that by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we should have about 15 inches. You'll have a long tail like this. Once you have your tail with your estimated length, you are going to make a slip knot. This is how I like to make my slip knots. Once you have your estimated amount of yarn, you take your yarn like this, and you take your finger and just put it in there. Grab the other end, and just make yourself a loop. Once you have your slip knot, you're going to pick up one of your needles, and you're going to insert it in the loop like so. Then you're going to take both ends and just snug them up gently. You don't want them too tight, but tight enough so that your loop won't fall off and it still slides easily up and down your needle. Now it's time to start casting on. Once again, this is called the long tail thumb method, and this is how I learned to cast on. To start, take your index finger and just gently place it on top of your loop, just to hold it in place. Then you're going to grasp your tail end in your other hand, keeping your thumb on top, as if to say, you know what, you've got this, no problem, I can do this. You're going to twist the yarn like so, and make another little loop with your thumb. Then you're going to go into that loop with your needle, and then you're going to take the yarn that is not your tail, the yarn that is attached to your beautiful ball of yarn. You're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around the needle like so. And then you're going to take your thumb and gently slide that off and pull your tail, snug it up a little bit, and now you have another cast on. Once you're done, you can drop your tail. Don't worry if it seems hard or confusing at first. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. Let's go through the steps again. We have measured our 3 times of the amount that we need. We're going to make a slip knot like this We're going to take one of our needles and insert it through there. Snug it up a little bit. Then you're going to take your index finger, hold it in place, and remember, thumbs on top. You've got this. You're going to take your thumb and do that little move there to make a little loop in there with your needle. Take your other yarn, wrap it around your needle, go over top with your thumb and let it go. Snug it up. You've got another stitch. Now, let's keep going. Once you get it, you're good to go. You'll get the hang of it, and you won't even have to concentrate on it. It might take a while, but trust me, if you keep at it, it will come. Look at all of those nice stitches we've got cast on there. Now that we've come this far, I would say that you have successfully learned how to cast on using the long tail thumb method. Something to note as you continue to cast on, your tail will become shorter and shorter. Don't worry, that's a good thing. As I've said, practice makes perfect. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. We'll have a new video for you soon. In the meantime, you can go on our library website, check out our catalog, and find great books to help you on your knitting journey. Bye for now.